Hello everyone. So today we are going to build a chatbot that acts like Sri Krishna. Interesting, right? So for every problem you share with this chatbot, so this chatbot will provide a solution by quoting verses from Bhagavad Gita and explaining how they can help you solve your issues that you are giving to it. And it's just like Sri Krishna did for Arjun by guiding him with these teachings, right? So let's see how it will look like how it's working. So I'm gonna give some real life problem that I'm facing. So it's like uh, I'm hating my work. I'll act like I'm some frustrated guy. I'm not getting any results. What should I do? So let's see how it's explaining me things. So it's saying that focus on your prescribed duty without attachment to the results. This will lead to the clarity, purpose, and ultimate fulfillment. And it's also giving some verses that is relevant to our problems. And it's also explaining that verse what exactly it is. And it's also it's trying to relate it with our queries. So I think it's a good enough thing. That, you can see, and this will get really interesting. Well, we'll add voice of Sri Krishna to it. Then it will be like more easy to interact. Okay, so first let's see how this chatbot can be built. So we'll just do some coding here to achieve these results. So for this model, we are gonna use RAG and we'll apply RAG on the Bhagavad Gita. And I have explained the RAG in detail in my previous videos. So if you're not familiar about this concept, please go and check it out first. So that when we try to implement it, you will get a better idea on that. So for RAG, you know that for RAG we are gonna need a data. So here's the data I'm gonna use. You can see it. It's in a Kaggle. You can just download it. Okay, this is the file that I'm gonna use. In this Bhagavad Gita file, we'll have all the verses with their chapters and Sanskrit Anvad, Hindi Anvad, and English translation of there. So we're gonna apply RAG on this data. So first we'll convert this data in a CSV file and let's first do that. So I have downloaded the file and I've just changed the name of the file. You can change it as well if you want. So first let's create environment, conda create, environment name will be Bhagvat. Let's create that. Okay. Now we'll change this XLS file into the CSV file. So let's do that. Okay. Now we'll just write a code in this. In this file, I just need to read this file. Yeah. And we'll convert it to a CSV file. First, let's activate that environment. Sure, we are ready to go. Okay, the data is written here. Output.txt, you can see in a CSV file, we'll have everything, right? That's what we wanted. Now, with this data, we need to convert this data into embeddings in a database and we'll store that embeddings in our local. Okay, we'll do that. So first, let's create a file which will convert all this text data into embeddings and store it in our local. So let's do that. Okay, we have this database.py file. Let's import some things. We need to import these things first. LangChain, we are going to use LangChain for this. Yeah. Okay, so first let's make a requirement.txt file, otherwise you will get a lot of error. So you can just, I've already installed that, that's why there are no errors. Otherwise it will give a lot of errors to you. So let's make that file and you can install that. Install those requirements. Okay, I'll just put all the requirements that you need. Let's run command this. Yeah, you need to install these things before going further. Okay, now where we are on the database. Okay, we are going to use files embeddings to convert those texts into the embeddings. Okay, I'm going to put some code here and I'll try to explain it to you so that it makes more sense to you. So you can see in this code, we're just trying to open that our output.txt file, and then we are doing the splitting thing. That we are making some chunks of that whole data so that we can embed those chunks. We can't embed the whole data. We need to chunk it up. Then with those chunks, we can make embeddings of those chunks. Okay, you can see here. We are just creating some character text split. It will split those paragraphs. Okay, after that we are gonna need an open API. Okay, so I'll just put code for that. Okay, so here we are gonna need an open API key that I'll put in a separate file and I'll import it from there. So let's first do that, then I'll explain the other code. In this API key, here you need to just put one thing. There you need to put your API key, whatever the API key you are having. You can get it from OpenAPI. Okay, and then we'll just import this API key in our database. Let's import that from API import API key. Yeah. So after getting the API key, we need to give a path where we want to store our embeddings that I have given it, like db_files, and here we are creating the directories and we are checking if it exists or not. Then we are getting the embeddings from OpenAI embeddings, and now here we are saving our embeddings. We are like we are converting our text into embeddings. That's why we are providing the text and embeddings equal to embeddings. Yeah, now we are good to go. I'll run it after saving the API key here in this, then I'll run it. So yeah, I've just put my OpenAPI key in this API_key.py file. I've just replaced that random string with my OpenAPI key. So that's it. We are good to go. Let's run this database file. It should create our database. Okay, let's run this. Let's see if it's creating our database or not. Yeah, it's creating our database. You can see it here. Maybe it will take some time. You can see it's chunking our data. Yeah, now our database is ready. You can say index.fas and index.pkl file is there. Now we need our main file. Okay, we need to execute everything from there. So let's create our main file. This is the last file we are going to create, and we'll be good to go. We need to import many things here. I'll just copy paste whole code here and then I'll explain to you. Okay, so for that interface, we are going to use Chanlet, and you already know about OpenAI embeddings that we have already used, and the Fires embeddings we have already used. Conversation buffer memory is used for to store the memory of a previous conversation. Like it should not start from the fresh thing. It should have some context about what the conversation is about. Okay. So this is the for the prompts, that human message prompt and system prompt. This is for the prompts. So for API key, I've already imported again from my API key file, and I've set it here, and I'm gonna load embeddings that we have already created. You can see it here. So we don't need to again build the whole embeddings and do all the things. So I'm just loading it from our local database that we have already here. You can see we have already saved it here. Now this is our system prompt that I've given it to, like you are Sri Krishna. So you need to guide the person, whatever the question, whatever the problem he's having. Okay. And then this is our LLM setup, LLM.chat OpenAI. I am using the model name of GPT-4o, and it's also having some chat history here so that it can get some sense like what exactly the conversation is happening there. Okay. So this is the UI that I'm using. As you know, Chanlet I'm using. So this is how we'll initiate the conversation. Okay. So this is the initial conversation we'll having. You can do changes in that as well. Okay. And after that, how will you handle the user's message? So this is how you're gonna handle the user's message, and we just need to run this file. Okay, I think I've explained everything here. And let's run this file and see. Okay, I need to Python. Okay, it's giving some errors, like main.py files. Let me fix those errors first. So the thing is, we haven't installed the Chanlet yet. So let's first install that. And let's put that in our requirement.txt file as well. Sure. Let's see now if it's working or not. Okay, still we are having some issues here. cl.main. Yeah, so I was again doing the same mistake. So the mistake is we can't run the Chanlet with the Python 3. So you need to write this command. This command Chanlet run main.py file, and we can assign our port as well. So I'm assigning it my port. Now you can see. Yeah, it will just appear in our local host. You can just copy paste this link here and just copy paste in your Chrome. It will work fine. Let me just show you that. Okay, I'm just gonna copy paste this, and I'll just copy paste this on my Chrome, and let me show you how it's working now. So guys, I have copy pasted the link in my Chrome, and this is how the interface will look like. Here you can chat. So it's like you can just write your problem here, and it will give a solution for that problem. It's like seeking help from Krishna for our real life problems. So I'll just copy paste the problem here, and let's see how it's working, how it's giving the solution of this problem. It's a really vague problem. So you can see it's talking like a Krishna. It's giving some slokas from Bhagavad Gita, and it's trying to elaborate that verse and trying to relate that verse with your problems and trying to resolve that problem as well. So that's how the interface will look like. So yeah guys, that's for today. Thanks for watching.